Hello, hello, hello. Hi, it's Rebecca from Angel Foods. I seem to always start with 3 hellos. That's my thing. I'll have to change that up next time. All right. It's Monday night, well, for me here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia, and this is our live weekly video trainings, which I'm doing every single week, same time, same place, where you can find me. So people are joining us. I've just emailed out to all the email subscribers and shared on some social media saying, hey, come join for this free live video training. Tonight's is going to be all about WordPress 101. So if you're relatively new to WordPress or maybe been using it for a little while, I'll show you some tricks and tips and techniques on how I use it, and maybe you can get some secrets of how I utilize its capabilities. But let's start with people typing in the chat box that you can hear me. The chat box is underneath this live video training. Yeah, if you could tap away in there and tell me you can hear me, that would be rocking, and I will go have a quick look over there now. Sorry, and whenever I flick over there, it automatically starts playing. So I can't see anyone typing yet, so I'll check to make sure that people can hear me. So the chat box, like I said, is below the video. It is blue and white. You can separate it from the screen and move it up beside the video if you're wanting to. So how you do that is at the very top right hand side are 2 rectangle shapes. You click on that and it'll detach, and you can, for example, drag it up beside the video, so beside the live video training tonight. So you can ask questions in that chat box, or it's called chat wing, but I call it a chat box. So you can ask questions while I'm training, and then also at the end of every training, I do a live Q&A, being question and answer time. So questions about anything, whether it's about the training or anything to do with cake business, I'm happy as to help. So if you can hear me, if you can chat away in that box for me, because if people can't hear me, I don't want to obviously talk for an hour if nobody can hear me. Now let me go check my settings. Yeah, so if you're on, because some people have said to me that they have problem with the chat box, that they can't chat in there for some reason. Maybe hit the refresh button. That might be an idea. Sometimes that makes the chat box work. Or if anyone is Facebook friends with me, if you can message me in there that you can hear me but can't use the chat box, that might be our way of troubleshooting that one, because it is, I'm checking my settings, I suppose, and it's showing me that the audio is working, but I obviously do really want to make sure it is working for you. Crystal, thank you. Love your work, Crystal. All right, most people might know Crystal Armstrong, especially in Cake Business School Facebook group. She's one of the admins in there, one of the Cupcake Fairy helpers in there, helping me admin that group, because it's quite big now. It's over 2,300 members. I think it was close to 2,400, to be honest. All right, Crystal can hear me. Beautiful. Everyone can hear me. So we're going to jump straight into tonight's video training, because I don't like to waste anyone's time. Everyone's time is valuable, and I really appreciate you being here. Homework. So not homework, but notes up front. Grab a pen and paper, because we all learn better when we write things down, and you're going to remember it, and you're more likely to action it as well. And that's always handy to write it down so you don't forget it. The chat box is underneath. Crystal's just writing the chat box. It seems you need to log in with either Gmail or Facebook to chat. Whether that was different from beforehand, once you try to send a message, it pops up with a box to log in. I think that's what Crystal's saying. Okay, I wasn't aware of that one. Thank you for that, Crystal, because a couple of people said that they've not been able to chat in there before. So I'd like to figure out why this chat wing should work, because that's what a lot of other people have recommended to me. So yeah, we'll figure it out anyway. All right, grab a piece of paper and pen. Oh, yep, so live Q&A at the end of every video training, and I'll stay as long as people are asking questions. So it can be anything about cake, business, pricing, websites, marketing, anything. I'm pretty easy going. I think that's it. All right, so tonight I wanted to talk about WordPress 101. WordPress is a type of website. So the three main ones I talk about are Weebly, Wix, or WordPress. Weebly, W-E-E-B-L-Y, Wix, W-I-X. They are two types of free or virtually free, very, very cheap websites. And they're a great starting point, and I started with a Weebly website myself. But at some stage, whether right at the beginning or as you grow, you are going to want to upgrade your website, and it's what I bang on about and what I highly, highly, highly recommend, and 80% of the entrepreneurial world, anyone online, will recommend is a WordPress website. So WordPress in itself is free. It's wordpress.org, WORDPRESS.org is the one that you want, O-R-G. And WordPress is I call it a type of website. I don't know if that's correct terminology, but that's what I call it. And that is two reasons I love it. One, you can create really beautiful and professional looking websites on there. It has the functionality and capability and ability to have a really professional website. And secondly, Google loves WordPress and WordPress loves Google, meaning that for SEO, search engine optimization, and improving your Google ranking and essentially getting up to Google #1, if that's one of your business objectives, then yeah, you're going to want to be on WordPress, because Weebly and Wix are two free platforms. Google doesn't love them as much, so it's creating a loving relationship with Google, and I do love Google. So Barbara just wrote, I can't see any video. Is there a trick to get it to play? Maybe try hitting refresh. All right, I just typed to Barbara saying try hitting refresh. You can't see a video. It should be there straight away, which it is, because I can see it and I can hit play and pause on it. So hopefully, yes, we're creating a loving relationship with Google, and the results that I get from Google. So essentially, right at the beginning, like I said, I started on a Weebly website, and it was free. It was angelfoods.weebly.com, I think it was, .com or .net. I can't remember, to be honest. And I had that website for a year. I created it in Weebly for a couple of reasons. One, it was free. Two, it had these drag and drop templates that were done for you. The very first version of my website it took like 2 hours. And thirdly, I'm a non-techie person, very non-techie. So I wanted something that I could do myself, and that's what I did myself. I didn't upgrade my website till about 12 months later. And right at the beginning, you know how many website hits I had a day? 1, 2, 3, 2. So I started at 1. Essentially, everyone starts at 1. That is a guarantee in business and in life. So my website hits started very, very slowly. The more markets I went to and handed out more business cards, I started getting more website hits. More posting I did on social media, I got more website hits. So I was able to track where my website hits came from. But the big game changer for me for getting more website hits, and I'm giving you the good juice straight up in the beginning of this training, is WordPress. WordPress is the reason. So I upgraded to a WordPress website a year in business. So that was about 2012, beginning of 2012. And then I again upgraded the website in 2014. Now, 2014, I got the bigger results and being Google ranking. And that is because I did a lot of blogging in 2014. So 2012, yes, I got a more professional website. Yes, I got more website hits. And I started growing in Google ranking, but I wasn't really blogging. I started to do more blogging, a lot more blogging, about 1 to 2 per week in 2014. And it took about 8 months to get the results. But in that 8 months, well, at the end of the 8 months, I should say, I then had Google ranking #1 for over 70 sets of keywords. I have Google, when I say keywords, being like where to order cakes from. That's a set of keywords. Keywords are what people write in Google, in the Google search box. That's a keyword. So I had Google ranking #1 for 80 sets of keywords. I had Google ranking #2 for, I think it was like 120 sets of keywords. Google ranking #3 for another 50 sets of keywords, so on and so forth. So I started getting really, really good results from 1, having a WordPress website, 2, blogging. So that's why I bang on about WordPress, because that gets results for getting website hits, and organic traffic being non-paid traffic, not Facebook advertising, not Google advertising. Organic traffic being SEO, search engine optimization. So that is the reason I recommend and bang on about WordPress. I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty details of SEO, search engine optimization, because that's a whole nother topic. But what I just want to share is that I love WordPress, to be aware of what it is, to aim to upgrade to it, or if you're starting out on WordPress, how to navigate around in that. So we're going to flick over. I'm going to screen share with you. I'm going to show you the back end of my WordPress. That sounds terrible, but that's what it is, the back end of WordPress and what I use every single day. So then you can get familiar with navigating around it and what it looks like, okay? Leanne logged on. Hi, Leanne. Yes, fantastic. All right, and Crystal's tried to help Barbara. Try closing down the page, reopening from this link, or refreshing the page. Thank you so much, Crystal. I appreciate it. All right, I'm going to flick over to the other screen, so I won't be able to see the chat box for a little bit. I might stop in to see it, but otherwise I'll be back at the end of the training. All right, so let me flick this screen around for you. All right, so you should be able to see my browser. I've got Google Chrome open. I just happen to like using Google Chrome, but you can use any website browser, Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer, etc. And how I log in to my WordPress website, being the back end, I go to my website address, which is www.angelfoods.net/wp-login.php. So to log into any WordPress website, it will always be your W's, your website address, / and then it'll always be wp-login.php. WordPress login. I'm not sure what PHP stands for, to be honest, but that's what it is. All right, and then you'll have a username and password to log in. So I'll go ahead and log in. Obviously, mine saves mine, which is nice and handy. And my internet's going a bit special tonight, but that's okay. And I should apologize. My hair is really frizzy tonight too. It's really humid. Like I said, I'm in Brisbane. It's been really hot lately. 38 degrees it hit Friday and Saturday. And we actually went out camping on the weekend out Stanthorpe, which that's 4 hours west of here. And it was hot, really, really hot. We went camping for 3 days. We were going to go for 4. Decided not to. We missed the dog, wanted to come home for the dog, but like I got these beautiful photos of sitting beside the creek because, you know, it was nice just to have a dunk in the water. And it looks like paradise, you know, the outback, Australian outback, that looks like paradise, right? Little do people know, middle of the heat wave, sunburn, there was leeches in that creek. I'm not kidding. There was leeches. and you couldn't move for 9 hours of the day in the middle of the day. So we're just laying there under the tent going, oh God, hurry up and cool down. So yeah, it looks amazing, sounds amazing. Don't get me wrong, really, really enjoyed it. I love spending time with my boyfriend and going camping, and we go hiking and whatnot. But my hair's really frizzy from the humidity. That's the moral of the story. All right, I'll just check people can hear me. I'm pretty sure you can. All right, I hope so. Anyway, let's go back to the screen. All right, so I've logged into my WordPress website. This is the dashboard. So up here on the left-hand side and down the left-hand side is kind of like the menu of the main things that you will use. The dashboard is the initial place, or the very first place, and each of these boxes are completely customizable. You can show lots of different data. For example, you can have Google Analytics set up in here, and I can show you how many website hits you get per day. I don't currently have that set up, to be honest, because I go check my actual Google Analytics page. It has a bit more data in there. But at a glance, you can see I've had posted 143 posts. I've had 137 comments. I've got 106 pages. It's quite a lot. I don't have all of them live. I currently use a custom theme from Almost Custom Websites or website. So that's my website developer. They're the people that built this third version of angelfoods.net. It's got my form, which that data doesn't really make sense. I don't have 89 unread contact forms. That was spam. All right, I've got published posts. I've got some of my latest comments, and then a backup buddy backs up my website every day. So if for some reason it crashes, it's been backed up the day before, and I can just reinstall it from the day before. So that's one of the, I don't know if it's called a plugin. I'm going to guess it is, a backup buddy, and it's one of the latest versions. But anyway, this is the dashboard. From here, you can visit your site, which I can, for example, right click on that and click open link in new tab, and it'll open up to the website. Beside it, if I was wanting to look at it at the same time, then it's got any comments, waiting and moderation. So for example, on my blog post, I approve all comments, so that way people can't spam my website. So I've approved all comments. You can add a new post and things up here. Under this add new, there's a security tab and there's an SEO tab. But I don't really use it along the top for some reason. There are screen options along here as well. So I don't ever really use this tab either. Show on screen. So there's probably all of these widgets in options of what I'd like to tick or untick. So I'll hide that, and there's always a help section as well. So there's support forums and things like that. So you've got a help section up here. So that one's always handy. All right, continuing down this side, all-in-one SEO. So that is a SEO plugin, and I use that. So SEO being search engine optimization, being getting up to Google, #1, it optimizes my SEO. That's probably the best way of describing it. And this training isn't about SEO. Just know that I use a plugin. It helps with optimizing. It's not the be all and end all. You don't have to, but we will do a training another time about SEO. All right, then it's got some almost custom website training videos. So right at the very beginning, when I got this website built for me, they added training videos in here for me, and they're actually really good. Posts, so you can add new posts, so posts being blog posts. It can show you all posts. I might click on that to show you what it looks like. You can add new, you can find them by categories, and you can find by tags. Bear in mind this left-hand side, depending on the theme that you have on your website, it might show up slightly differently or have different names. But you can just click through, and I don't know if you could hear that thunder just then. We've got a storm coming. It's been lightning. There's been lightning for about an hour, so it'll be fine. All right, so posts. I clicked on that and showing all my posts. So all my posts here, I've got 143. I've got published posts here and trash posts. If I had some posts that were in drafts, I've saved them as a draft, but I haven't published them yet, it would have a section here, drafts. And then I can find certain blog posts. So I can move some to the trash. I can edit some. I can tick them if that's what I'm wanting to do, and I can hit apply. I can search via dates. So you can see May 2014, that's when I had the website built. That's when I started blogging on this website. If I had a lot of blogs in my old website, I could have got them transferred over, but I chose not to because I didn't have very good ones, to be honest. And I can choose via categories. So if I choose being that, you know, if I'm wanting to find one of my old blog posts, I can find it via the category if that's what I'm wanting to do, or I can search over here in search posts. So for example, if I know I did a post about competition, which I have here, but I can just type in the word competition and hit enter or hit search post. It will find that one for me. All right. So we'll do an example of post for you in a moment after we finish going through this sidebar down here. Media. So there's a media library where you can add your media being photos or PDFs. I'm not sure about videos. I never add videos in here. So photos and PDFs. So for example, you're doing a blog post and you're wanting to add a blog post image. You can add it in the media library here, or you can do it in the blog post. I'll show you that later. But if you're wanting to add a PDF, that's a great one. I'll show you that. So I'm clicking on media. Sorry, my internet's going slow. All right, and I'm wanting to add a PDF. So let's say you have people come to your website and you are offering them a free voucher, with free box of six cupcakes with every order over $100. It's for anyone that signs up to your email list. And you want to make it really easy for them to collect that voucher. So as soon as they opt in, as soon as they give you their email address, you want them to directly go to that PDF, to that voucher. So you can design that voucher and then come put it in your media library, being right here, and you can add a new PDF or picture. So a media file. So I'm clicking add new. All right, and it says select the file you want to upload. So let's say you've already created the voucher. Let's pretend this one's the voucher. All right, so it is uploading that now here. If you've got any questions at all during this training, please feel free to put it in the chat box below the video. Crunching means it's because the format for pictures and images and PDFs are quite big. I have somebody, a plugin in here that crunches it to a smaller format size, so I'm not using as much data, I suppose. All right, so it's uploaded it. Now I've got the edit button option. So I click on that and it's opened it up in a new tab. Oh, hold on, wrong page. Sorry, I was just flicking between screens. Beautiful. All right, so this is, let's pretend it's the voucher. There's two links that you could potentially use. There's a permalink, which is like a shortened version of the link, or there's this link up here, file URL. That's the one that I use. So essentially, I'm going to open that in a new tab so you can see it. So essentially, it's hosting that PDF on your website, and then your website's going to use that information. So it's under my website, angelfoods.net/WP content, being WordPress content, /uploads, /a date, and then the name of that file. Okay, so that URL people can be directed to straight away to collect their voucher, or you can email it out to people, say, hey, come here and grab your voucher, you know, just for you, and send them that email link. You copy, paste it, hyperlink it, done. Okay, so that's adding media. So that's how you find the URL for it as well. All right, I don't think there's anything else in that. No. Alrighty, so again, back to media, so you can add media in there. Forms, I don't use that section of this website at all. Pages, to add a new page, very similar to adding a blog post. So for example, you're wanting to add a new gallery, or you're wanting to add a flavors list or pricing list, something like that. That will be in this pages section. You go hit pages, add new, and it add new page. I'll show you how to do that shortly. Slides, on the very home page of my website, this is a slider. It should flip through to another page in a moment. So that's my slides here, or I can add new slides and settings and things like that. The comment section, so when people comment, I say that I need to approve them. So when they come through, that will be highlighted with number 1, for example. I've got one comment, I go click on it, I approve it, I can reply to it, much like an email. It's quite similar. It's be obvious what to click. Accordions, I don't use this. Lead pages, I don't use that. That's somebody else's account that I borrowed. Optimized Press is something that I bought about a year ago, and it cost me $100. It's I'm going to call it a program. I'm not sure if that's correct terminology. I use Optimized Press mostly for my Cake Business School membership site, being that I needed to have kind of like a secure website that was password protected. So people that enrolled in Cake Business School or become a member, become a student who pay for enrollment, I host the information on the website. I host the content or the training on my website, but I didn't want it available for anyone to find unless they have a username and password. They can't access it. So I use Optimized Press for that membership site. So that's why I bought that one for the most part. All right, testimonials, because on my homepage, I've got at the bottom this testimonial slider. See, there's Crystal. She's been a fan for years, in all honesty. She's been with me since the very beginning. So these are the testimonial slider. So if I wanted to add or change those testimonials, that's under that section here. Appearance. So I've talked about the theme, the particular type of themes that I've got. I'll click on appearance, see what comes up. So there are lots and lots of different styles of or website themes. Like I said, I used Almost Custom Website. They are web developers, so they built my website. You can choose to build your own website. You still need to select a theme. So in Cake Business School, we've actually got training on how to build a WordPress, and it includes, you know, what theme to use, what hosting to use, how to, you know, connect up your domain name, being, you know, your website name, to your hosting, to your theme, and then build it out. So the training is all in Cake Business School if you're wanting to DIY it and know how to do that. And, you know, add a new theme as quickly as clicking that button once you know what theme you want to add. I can customize it. I can add widgets. Widgets are so cool. I've only learnt widgets in like the last year, I think. But again, back to my website, if I click on blog, a widget is, I don't even know the correct terminology, but to me, it is the right-hand side sidebar of your blog on your website, which has additional information and features and products and packages that might be of interest to people. Sorry, the internet's going slowly. Very slowly. All right, here's the blog. So this here is actually a widget. So it's hosted on my sidebar in my blogging section where people can opt into my email address, being, you know, subscribed to my email list. That's one widget. The second one is I created this graphic and hyperlinked that through to my ebook bundle. So that's one of my products for sale. That's Cupcake Business in a Box for people starting a cupcake business. And then I created this graphic and added another widget and linked it through to Cake Business School. So that's my really cheap, affordable membership site for people wanting to get training on building a cake business and growing and marketing. I've got a 30-day e-course on how to start a cake business. That's in particular people in Australia. So food licensing, insurance, registering, GST, etc. Then people that can work with me, again, created that graphic. So that one's one-to-one phone consultations, really cheap, really cheap, $50 that starts at. And then I advertise these free live video training as well, so it clicks through to them. I've got an Amazon book that clicks through. So these are all widgets. So that's a really great way of getting people to navigate around your website, let alone, look at the blog posts as well and make it pretty, make it visually appealing. I've got on here recent posts as well. So the last 5 posts or articles that I've published on the website. This is where to log into Cake Business School. This one's my Amazon #1 best-selling book, How to Start a Cake Business. All the different categories I've got in my blog posts. So from Amazon, from B School, from bakeries and shops, gluten-free, Cake Business School, Facebook, how much does it cost to start, marketing, packaging, pricing, cakes, recipes, special diets, taking cake photos, websites, YouTube. And that's the bottom of my list. But that's what a widget is, when you're adding that extra sidebar of information, making it click through to somewhere else. So widgets are really cool. So I clicked on it, it's finally opened. And within my theme, it comes with preset available widgets. So I can add a calendar in my sidebar if I wanted to. For example, if I put in my dates of availability, if I get fully booked out for a month or 2 in advance, you can have that calendar in your widget and say, nah, I'm booked out. And that makes it, you're not going to get inquiries then for people when you're fully booked out, if that's what you want to do. That's just an example. So I can add widgets to any page on my website, or I can choose to have it just on my blog post. So I can click on that and drop down. So it's got here the opt-in form. So remember, that's for people to subscribe to my website right at the top. My web developer set that one up, so I don't know how to change it, to be honest. And then I've got sidebar button. So how I would add one, sidebar button. So sidebar button with title. So there's Amazon books, for example. I wrote at the top of them, Amazon #1 bestseller. So that was a button with a title. There's a sidebar button. So if I wanted to add another one to the widgets, I would click on that. I choose where I want it displayed. Let's say it's for the blog post, and click add widget, and it automatically adds it down to the bottom. Let's say you wanted to add the image. So you know how I said I created these images myself, which I did, and I want to insert an image. So I just hit insert and it brings up the media library. So you don't have to add to the media library beforehand. It'll do it now. I can choose from the media library if I've already uploaded, let's say this image, for example. I think that one's going to be too big. It's 250 by 250, but we'll try that. Insert into post, and then link to. So this is where you can hyperlink it, so it'll automatically open another page. So let's say I'm going to click on that one and get my Amazon link. Okay, so this is my Amazon link. So I'm going to copy that one, and over here I'm going to paste it, right? And then hit save. And back over here, I'm going to hit refresh, and it should show this widget up right at the bottom now. Sorry, my internet's going so slow. And then I can drop that down if I don't want to show all of it. So slow, sorry. Once it opens, it'll show you it down the bottom. And if I choose, you know what, I want to have that up here between these two ones, I can drag and drop it there. I don't need to hit save or anything. It's just is there. I just need to go hit refresh over here. All right, so I added that widget, Amazon books, Amazon #1 bestseller. I can click on it and it takes me to my Amazon account, which I might leave that one there to be honest. I haven't got that up. Yeah, I might leave that there. See what happens. All right, so that's adding widgets. Super, super fun. You can add sidebar buttons. You can add social media icons. So you can add that into your blog. I don't even think I have that. Should totally have that. All right, I'll come back and do that later. I can add some text in there. Let's say, order your Christmas barbecue cakes now, for example. You can add YouTube video into the widgets. You can add testimonial box. That's cool. Sub menu. If you've got a lot of menus, like you've got a large photo gallery being boys cakes, girls cakes, anniversary cakes, etc. You can have a sub menu over in your blog, in your widget. Pages. You can have a list of your site's pages. That's pretty cool. You can have recent posts, most recent ones that were published. I had that one. You can have a gravity form, so a contact form in your widget. That's pretty cool too. I might add that one actually too. See, it's so much fun in here. And I only learned to do this a year ago. So I've had my website since 2012. So it's okay if you don't know how to do everything straight away. Someone's widgets. Wanted to show you that because that's fun. And then in appearance, I've got menu as well. So I've just clicked on that. So menu is your tabs along the top of your website. So this is my menu. So, and I can change it and customize it and delete them and add them and have as many as I want. But again, just as an example, I'm trying to think what I could show you. I've got two types. I've got a members menu. So again, that's ones for people in Cake Business School. They have a different menu versus the main website. So I'm choosing the main website one. Let's say I added a new website page, an additional gallery. So I've added a page. Let's just pretend it's this one. So you can click on it and click add to menu. All right, there we go. Only takes forever. All right, it automatically put it down the bottom. So for example, if I wanted that to show up between free stuff and about me, so between here and here, I can drag and drop it and it's there. There's no menu and hit refresh over here and it'll be there. Additionally, if you were wanting it as a sub menu, so again, let's say it's your gallery. So you wanted a main gallery page and then under your gallery, you're going to list boys cakes, girls cakes, anniversary cakes. To make it a sub menu, you just hold it out to the side. Now it's a sub item. So how that would show up is if I hit save and then refresh over here, if I hover over free stuff, it should give me the sub menu of, I know we're playing pretend here, but the sub menu of the video training WordPress 101. So just hit refresh to see if it will show you that. The problem with updating and hitting refresh is obviously the internet time waiting for it. Beautiful. It's doing something when it gets there. I can kind of see the words in there, but not really. So there's something wrong with the settings that it's coming up black with no words, but that's something I'd have to fiddle with. But it should be able to drag, hover over it and, oh, see, it was kind of there and then not. Not sure why. It might be because the internet's going slow. But I just want to show you that as an example. And let's say I want to remove that now, which I do. Just hit remove, done. So it's okay to play in here. Not only that, like I can choose whether it's in the main menu, being along the top, on a mobile main menu, so being if people are looking at the mobile, or the footer main menu. So the footer being down the bottom of the website, I actually have the list of my menu down here as well, so people can click straight through to it as well, because if people got to the bottom of your page, they've obviously read through everything that you have and they want to keep looking around. You've got to give them the opportunity to. So there's more in here: header, sidebars, install plugins, editor. I haven't really used much of those, but they're in there. Plugins. Plugins is an additional feature. For example, social media share buttons, that would be a plugin. But then this isn't a plugin training, I suppose, so I won't go into that very much. Users are for my subscribers or enrolled students in Cake Business School. I can add them here in WordPress and give them access with a username and password. It lets me do all that. Tools, I don't really use that. Settings, I haven't really used that either. That was more my website developer. Theme options, I don't really use that one. Go pricing, I don't think I use that anymore. So backup buddy, well, that was my website backup. Security is in here as well. I have security on my website. I honestly don't know what it's called. Security, I think, S-U-C-U-R-I. I just told the website, or my VA lady, to put it on there and make sure my website doesn't get hacked. And it hasn't been, so that's fantastic. The rest of these, that one I use for my website, for Cake Business School, for when people sign up. It kind of connects the dots between my database to PayPal to Optimize Press to WordPress. There was a few dots in there that needed connecting. So that's what I use that one for. And WebinarAlly is so I can host these live webinars straight off my website. All right, so to round this one out, I'm going to show you quickly how to add a page to your website and to add a blog post. We'll start with a post. Post, add new. It says I made changes. I did, but I don't want to save any of those changes, so I'm just going to say leave that page. All right, I'm just going to find a bit of content. Oh, the internet's going slow. I'm going to steal that. Just as a dummy copy or pretend copy to show you how to add a blog post. All right, blog post. You give it a title. How to open an Etsy store. That's actually going to be the newest training module in Cake Business School. So that one will be up on the 1st of December. All right. And I had a guest expert or guest teacher share how to do this, because she opened an Etsy store and it's been really, really successful, selling edible toppers and sugar art. So I asked her if she'd put together some training. So you guys, or people in Cake Business School, can obviously do that as well. All right, so I gave it a title. I wrote some content. All right, so when you click post, add new, this is what you see. There's a title box and you add that in. And then there's the main content box, I suppose. So I sometimes write it in a Word document and then I copy it and I come over here and I paste it. Sometimes I find that easier. Sometimes I can write it straight in here if I wanted to. So what else? When I wrote in the title of the blog post or article, within probably 5 to 10 seconds, it decided to automatically give it a website URL or a website address. And it does it with hyphens in between. So how to open an Etsy store. If, for example, I wanted to edit or change it, that I don't want the word "and" in there, how to open Etsy store, I can delete that out and hit OK, and it will save it. Sometimes it doesn't listen to me when I say OK. Edit and OK. It should this time though. Usually does the second time. That's just a glitch within my system. Yeah. So how to open Etsy store without that word. It's just a kind of neater and tidier URL. What else can we see? So I can add media. So let's say, for example, I'm going to hit enter, 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 because I like a few spaces in there. I want to add a picture or a blog post picture. I click add media. there might be a picture in here that I already have uploaded previously that I can use, or I can upload a new file. I can upload a new file here. It says select files. I'll just use this one again. It's just a pretend one. It's got a blue tick. That's the one you've selected that you want to upload into the article. You can choose alignment of left, center, right, or none. I usually go left or center. You can choose full size, medium size, thumbnail size. Depending if you know much about editing of the footage, but if you upload a file size, for example, 1200 by 1200, that's a very, very big picture. So you'd want to shrink it down a bit to the medium size. So my full size is, oh God, that thunder was loud. It just shook the wall. I got my foot against the wall. That's fine. We're fine. All right, so I might change it to medium, for example, and then click insert into post. And usually within about 5 seconds, it will add it. Because I chose it to be left, position left, it adds the words automatically to the right. But I personally don't like the words to the right of an image. I like them underneath, so I just give it a couple more hard returns and bring it down below. Let's see what else. Adding an element that is part of Optimized Press, which I bought, which is this one down here. So I won't show you that one unless you have Optimized Press, and they've got training on that anyway. But it has some cool features. Add form, I never use that one, to be honest. You've got bold and italics. So for example, I could highlight it and hit bold, and it bolds the word. I can do, italics. I can do strike through. I can add bullet points. I can add numbers. I can do big old quote signs. I can do horizontal lines. I can align left, center, right. I can insert hyperlinks. Oh, this is a good one. So let's say, if we've got the words come on over to Cake Business School to enroll, I can highlight Cake Business School, and I want to hyperlink it so people can click straight through, right? That's what that link symbol means. That's what hyperlinking means. And you've got to put in the URL. The URL always starts with http:// then whatever the website address is minus the W's. You don't need to put them in. angelboots.net, / cake business school. Cool. And then you can always choose whether you're opening the link in a new tab or window. I usually do. And click add link. Now that link is there. All right, hyperlinking. You can remove a link if you decide you've put the wrong address in or you don't want it there. Remove link after you've highlighted it. I don't use any of these others. Short code. If I want to change the font, let's say that one. In here, I can choose either heading 1, which is very, very large, or heading 5. These are all different colors. That one's purple, red, blue, pink, I think. And that one was black, and that one was red from memory. These were preset by my website developer, but every theme will have its own presets. Okay. So let's say I want to change that one to, big old purpley. That's how I do it. I can underline, I can justify, I can change the text color. Etsy, let's change you to like a red, because that doesn't clash with pink at all. All right, we'll go blue because that's a bit better. All right, so you can change the color. Not sure what that one does. Undo, there's always the undo button. If you do something wrong, just click undo, and there's keyboard shortcuts here as well. Okay, so that is a blog post added. It usually takes me, for a small one, 20 minutes, for a large one, about an hour. That's writing it from beginning to end, putting it in WordPress, 5 minutes to design a graphic or image of some sort with words on it, which I did the training on how to add images and words on top of photos and images a week or 2 ago. So that training's available in Cake Business School. So 5 minutes to create the graphic, do the hyperlinking, make it look pretty, and then I finish with, so I add a restriction, so the finish with all these other things down the side. So this one's for me in particular for Cake Business School people. I can click Save Draft and finish this later if I wanted to. So I can just click Save Draft. And this is where we would publish it to make it go live. I never change the format. I always leave it as standard. I can choose the category. So if this was literally an article or actually an article on how to start an Etsy store, I would put that under growing a cake business and starting a cake business. So I'd tick it. So currently it'll stay uncategorized until I categorize it, and that's literally by a tick. Okay. I don't use tags at all. That's my preference. I can set the featured image, so that means it'll show up when you share on social media. So I always set the featured image. So again, it's just click, tick, and it'll add it within a couple of seconds. Beautiful. And then this large big box down here is all about my SEO. This is my all-in-one SEO pack, being search engine optimization, Google ranking, and I always add a title and a description and keywords. So that has really, really, really helped me with SEO. I won't show you how to do that because it's more complex. It's not overly complex, but it's more detailed. It's its own training essentially. Okay, but literally I can hit publish and that blog post is done. And it would show up here, right at the top of my blog post as the latest one. Will show the date that I publish it at. The featured image would show up here. The title would show up here. It would click through, and the continue reading would click through to the full article as well with Google, my social share buttons. All right, so that is how to add a blog post. Oh, let me go and see if anyone's written any questions. I don't think so. If anyone's got any questions, please let me know, because I'm just going to show quickly now how to add a page to your website, and then we're at live Q&A time. Okay, so if you've got any questions at all, please type away in the chat box. All right, adding a website page. This could be a menu item, and more than likely will be. These ones along here. Adding a page, it could be a special promo that you're running or offering, and you're going to email the link out to your email subscribers. You could just add a page for that and use that link, and it doesn't have to be, it can be live, but your website doesn't click to it at all. It could be another promo for social media, for your Facebook page, so you can see how many people take you up on that offer, and you can see where they're coming from. A website page could be an opt-in. So for example, I have a free, I offer free live video training. So virtually anywhere that you click on my website, well, not anywhere, sorry, but in the free stuff section. Oh, that's the wrong one. Free video training series. So sometimes I do a series of Facebook advertising, for example, inviting people over to the free video training series. So this is the link in the website and the URL that I use. And it's a way for people to opt in, essentially. If they click on this button, it then pops up asking for people's email address. So that is, okay, pages. So setting up a page is very, very similar to adding a post. So pages, add new. All right, beautiful, it's open. All right, I'm just going to use dummy copy again, just pretend copy. sometimes it won't give me the paste option, so I hit Control. Beautiful. And then you add a title page. So let's say it's saying Facebook Christmas special. Okay, so we're inviting people to come over to this special Facebook page to claim their thing. All right, and let's say it's, hey, grab this free voucher, order your Christmas barbecue cakes, you know, to take to barbecues by 15th of December. Give it, you know, some type of expiry date. Again, you're adding the words. Again, you can add the voucher or the thing, or if you're wanting them to subscribe as an email subscriber, you should add an opt-in here, being, you know, get them to subscribe to your email list. And again, how to do that via MailChimp. I've got training on that in Cake Business School. But you can add media, upload the file. We've already uploaded it several times. Well, my dummy one, my pretend one, but we'll just do that one again. And the voucher's there. Okay. All right, website page. Again, I don't need to fill in that one. I can save the draft and publish it later if I want to. What's different with pages is its attributes, or what it will look like. It's got parent pages. I never change parent pages. I always change the template. My default template for pages will always look like this. Essentially, they're full width from side to side. There's no widgets, but it includes the menu and the title, and it'll include the footer right at the bottom. So this is the footer, the charcoal grey section. That's my default font template, which happens to be full width. A sales template is a bit different. So for example, the Cake Business School sales website page, it doesn't have the header or the footer. So I choose that if it's a sales page. You know, search page and skinny page. I don't use either of those. I use sales in the default. I can set the featured image again. So again, if people share that particular website page, if you're sharing, you know, your Facebook Christmas special, if you create a bit of a graphic around it, you can set your featured image. You can choose sidebars. This one goes to default, but you can choose to have, you know, a blog sidebar if you're wanting to on this particular page for whatever reason. So you can choose in sidebars, and then you can SEO it as well. So again, a sales page can be very, very quick, and it will actually do it more over and over again. Again, I can save it and publish it later if I'm still working on it, or I can hit publish and it's done. You can connect that website page up to your main website page if you're wanting it in your menu up the top here. I have to make sure go and get rid of that free stuff. I'm sure I saved that, but I'll go check. That's ugly, 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 ugly. I forgot where I was going with that. So you can connect that new website page up with your menu up the top. If that's what you're wanting, you could put it in the, you know, in your widget, and it connects up that way. It can be to email subscribers, like I said. There's many, many ways you can use a website page. But this was a very quick training on WordPress 101 and navigating around that back end there. All right, so that completes our training for tonight. So if you have any questions, now is our live Q&A time. Please feel free to type away, and then I'll stay on as long as people are here. I'm going to take a quick drink. All right. I'll just hit refresh on my screen. All right, if anyone has any questions, feel free to let me know. I might flick the screen back around off the page. Yay! Hello, Frizzy hair. I don't wonder if you can hear the rain at all. It's not pelting down by any means. It's lovely though. It's the best season for sleeping in. Stay down here. All right. So if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. This replay is available for 24 hours. If you know anyone that would benefit or have been talking about websites and WordPress lately, please feel free to share. Like I said, the replay is only up for 24 hours. So do it as soon as you want, really. As soon as possible. That will be rocking. All right. Does anyone have any questions at all? All right. All right, I think that's it. I don't think anyone has any questions tonight. That's okay. Last time we were like chatting for, goodness, 20 minutes, half an hour. I can't remember. We're having a good old gas bag. Yeah, so this live video training or a live video training is happening every single week. Same time, same place, be there or be triangle. That's my latest, my favorite saying. But yeah, if you have any ideas or suggestions of topics you would like to learn about or me to provide training on, please let me know. You can always email me or Facebook message me or find me in our Facebook group. The Cake Business School is a free Facebook, free Cakers forum. We've got over 2,000, nearly 400 members in there. So please feel free to come over and you can always ask questions in there. And I think that's everything. Oh, Crystal just typed she might have some questions after watching the replay. She got cut out for a good couple of minutes, either due to my storm. True, good call, Crystal, or her internet. No, that's not a problem. So yeah, anyone ever has any questions, you can always find me on my website, contact me, email me, Facebook message me in the Facebook group. That's not a problem at all. I think that's everything. Yeah. I always get so excited. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Uber appreciate it. Jules is late. The pic seems a bit blurry. Is that me getting old? No, it is a bit blurry. Jules, you're probably not going to get this till the end of the video now. I think because it's live streaming on Google Plus and YouTube, kind of like Google Hangouts, it's not amazing quality because it's live streaming. It's not like recording and editing, but the content's still there. Hopefully, as long as you can still hear me through the croaky voice, that's not a problem. I gotta make this background pretty. It's annoying. I gotta find some like stickers for my wall or a painting, or I just have this vision in my head of like cupcakes and sprinkles and stuff back there, you know, like makes you want to lick the wall. That's what I'd love back there. Yeah, but I'll figure out something. It's like I could rip pages out of a magazine or something. I don't know. That's all good. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next week. Bye.